They laughed. They kicked. They told her to move, even though she couldn't. On that bright California afternoon, with the ocean breeze brushing the boardwalk and music drifting from street performers, a girl who just wanted to feel normal found herself trapped under the cruelty of strangers. But then, out of nowhere, the rumble of 100 engines filled the pier. Leather jackets, chrome glinting in the sun, and a sea of bikers surrounded her. What happened next would change her life, and theirs. Forever. Stay with me until the end, because this is not just a story about bullies. It's about courage, kindness, and the kind of family you find when the world turns its back on you. Sophia had always loved the ocean. The sound of waves crashing gave her a kind of freedom that her body often denied her. Born with a condition that left her partially paralyzed, she used a wheelchair to get around. At 16, she still wrestled with the feeling of being different, though her heart burned with the same desires as any teenager. To belong, to laugh, to live without stares shadowing her every move. That Saturday, her mom had brought her to the Santa Monica Pier. The carousel spun in bright colors. Children squealed with delight at the arcade games, and the air was sweet with funnel cakes and cotton candy. For a moment, Sophia forgot about her limitations. She wheeled herself forward, her mom just a step behind, and felt like part of the crowd. But then came the boys. 4 of them. Older teens with skateboard helmets dangling from their hands, swaggered toward her. Their laughter was loud, sharp. The kind that cuts before you even know what's coming. One of them blocked her path and smirked. "Move, Cripple," he sneered. Sophia froze. Her mom's voice rose in protest, but before she could reach her, another boy shoved the side of the wheelchair, spinning it slightly. The group erupted in laughter, one of them nudging her footrest with his shoe, as if she were nothing more than a toy in their way. Her throat closed up. She wanted to scream, to fight, to make them see her humanity. But the words tangled inside her. The pier's crowd seemed to blur. Some people glanced, then looked away, others hurried past, uncomfortable, unwilling to step in. The shove came next. It wasn't hard enough to knock her over, but it jolted her body, and the sting of humiliation burned hotter than any physical pain. Tears welled in her eyes as the words rang out again, crueler than ever. Mauve. Cripple. For a moment, Sophia believed this was all she'd ever be in their eyes. A broken girl in a chair. She thought no one would help. But then, the ground began to vibrate. It was faint at first. A low growl beneath the chatter of the pier. But it grew louder, deeper, like thunder rolling in. Heads turned toward the parking lot just beyond the pier. Engines roared. Chrome caught the sun. And then they came. A wave of motorcycles, dozens of them, maybe more, rolling in together with jackets patched in symbols of loyalty and brotherhood. The bullies stopped laughing. Sophia blinked through her tears, her breath catching as the bikers dismounted and began walking toward the pier. Boots hit the wood in unison, a slow, deliberate rhythm that made the boardwalk tremble. People stepped aside, whispering, some afraid, others curious. The boys who had been so loud only moments ago suddenly shrank back, their bravado crumbling in the face of something far larger than themselves. One biker, tall with a graying beard, and eyes that carried both kindness and fire, crouched down to Sophia's level. "You okay, sweetheart?" he asked gently, his voice a contrast to the thunder around him. Sophia managed a shaky nod. Her mom's hand found her shoulder, trembling, but relieved. The man looked over his shoulder at the group of bullies. His voice hardened, low but powerful. "You think you're tough, picking on a girl who can't fight back. Try looking us in the eyes." The boys stumbled over excuses, their voices breaking. But it was too late. They were surrounded, not by danger, but by a wall of protectors who would not let cruelty win that day. The bullies scattered, their skateboards clattering uselessly against the wooden planks as they fled. No one chased them, they weren't worth the effort. The bikers' focus remained on Sophia, who sat trembling, unsure of what to feel. Fear lingered in her chest, but it was chased quickly by something else. Safety. "Don't you worry about them," the bearded man said softly. "You're with us now." Sophia had never felt so seen. Her mom's eyes glistened with tears. whispering a quiet thank you, but the bikers shook their heads. "Don't thank us," another one said. "Thank her for holding strong." The group surrounded her, not as a cage but as a shield. One biker knelt to tighten the strap on her wheelchair that had loosened in the scuffle. Another handed her a small stuffed bear from a vendor nearby, saying, "Everybody deserves something sweet." Sophia's laughter, fragile but real, broke through the heavy air. For the first time that day, she wasn't thinking about her disability, the bullies, or the stares. She was thinking about how powerful kindness could be, how strangers could become guardians in the blink of an eye. The bearded man stood tall and looked at her. "Remember this, kid. People will try to make you feel small. But the truth, you're bigger than them, braver, stronger. And when you can't see it yourself, there's always someone out here who will." Sophia carried those words with her long after that day. The story spread across the pier, whispered among onlookers, filmed on shaky cell phones, shared until it reached thousands. To the world, it was a viral moment of justice. To Sophia, it was something much deeper. The moment she realized she wasn't alone. As the bikers revved their engines and prepared to leave, Sophia raised her hand in a wave. The sea of leather and chrome roared back to life. And for a breathtaking moment, she imagined the sound not as noise but as music. A promise that she would never again have to face cruelty without hope. And so, from the boards of Santa Monica Pier to the corners of the internet, the story lived on. Not of bullies, not of cruelty, but of the day a girl in a chair found her strength in the kindness of strangers. And the world learned that compassion is louder than hate. No one chooses the body they are born into, but we all choose the way we treat others. Strength is not in mocking the weak, but in protecting them. And sometimes, heroes don't wear capes. They ride on two wheels, in a sea of chrome, proving that love and courage will always drown out cruelty.